February 4th, 1989, in Chicago, Illinois, is where it all started for me. My parents were on staff at Campus Crusade for Christ at Northwestern University. When I was 4 years old, my parents left staff and moved to Columbus, Ohio, where I spent the next 18 years of my life. Growing up, I was deemed as the good Christian kid, the kid whose parents were missionaries and churchgoers. Even though I was raised in a solid Christian home and accepted Christ at a young age, I was more focused on my athletics and friends rather than trying to really grasp my faith. I only took notice of my faith during spiritual events, like being involved in youth group, student venture, and young life, but I just didn't understand what it meant to walk with the Lord. My senior year of high school was a year of selfishness, and I saw it as mine for the taking. I excelled on both the football and lacrosse field and took way too much pride in my sports. It was also when I started to budge on my moral convictions. As I entered into Miami University for my freshman year of college, I took notice at how significantly different my older sister's faith was and how it had truly developed into the most important thing in her life. It was over the next couple of months I began to struggle through trying to deepen my understanding of what the Christian life actually was. After attending NDCC my freshman year, I applied to go to Ocean City, New Jersey summer project. That summer completely and radically changed my life forever. It was the first time I had ever seen or been engrossed in such a unique, spirit-filled, heaven-like community. It was also the first time that I started to pray and be in God's Word daily. The following year at Miami, I was blessed to have a great community of men and women around me to both encourage me and challenge me in my walk. I returned to Ocean City, New Jersey again for a second year, which was a maturing and humbling experience. It helped me to realize more and more of what it took to walk with the Lord for a lifetime. It was the next fall at Miami that would truly change my life forever. On October 15th, 2010, of my junior year, I was diagnosed with a rare form of bone cancer, osteosarcoma, in my left leg. After having an MRI and hearing the C word for the first time, my life was flipped completely over. I moved back home to Columbus to live with my family and to receive long-term treatment. During the 12 months following, I endured 23 rounds of chemotherapy. I had a limb salvage, full knee reconstructive surgery to extract the cancer and put my leg back together, and I endured everything else that went along with the cancer word. The 5 different types of chemotherapy drugs that I was given rocked my world in every way possible. I was physically in a constant state of exhaustion and weakness that my body could not bear. At one point, I was in the hospital for 12 straight days and didn't eat anything for 8 and ended up losing 25 pounds. All my body could handle during the time was to rest in bed. That was the closest I ever felt to death. The chemotherapy also affected my emotional, spiritual, and mental state as well. Even though I was struggling physically with cancer, my heart at times also had to work through the struggle of believing that I could trust the Lord in all circumstances. To withstand this past year's journey was extremely difficult, but the one thing that saw me through all of it and eventually rescued me from it was God. Through this year of hardship, my faith was truly put to the test, and it was for the first time solidified outside the context of my summer project experiences and my comfortable Campus Crusade lifestyle. It was the hardest thing I have been through, but the one thing that kept me going was the hope that our God provides, the truth that He presents, and the promises that He vows to keep.